What's up, guys? It's your boy EWE, aka Corrupt Alpha, back out here with another video. And today, guys, this is Jaden McDaniels build. Why? Because I want to. Just being real. Why? Because I want to. All right. So, I was looking at some of y'all comments. Somebody wanted me to run 2K with him. Somebody said I deserve more subscribers. Shout out to you if you still out here watching. Some dude, I'm not dissing you at all. He just said I waste a lot of attributes on one of my builds, and I do. I think I do look back at that build, and I did watch the video over, and I do think, yeah, I probably could have put some attributes elsewhere. Um, but yet again, this is just a template kind of, just how they got the template NBA builds over here. Um, how you can, it's gonna show, what player you get or whatever, and you can from here customize the build. It gives you the template of point guard, 6'6", all this and all that, and it gives you what they would put the build as. But then you could also put one down on this or one down on this, and then just switch it out however you want to. Same with my builds. You feel me? I want to make a template build. I want to give y'all the vision. Maybe you know recently I've been thinking about doing like a Rajon Rondo build, or a shorter player build, something that most creators aren't really gonna do, or they, if they do it, it's just for the hell of it. And this is like something like that too. Nobody's really just thinking of Jay McDaniels. They're not thinking star player of OKC, or not OKC. Damn, the Thunder. Not the Thunder. Damn, what am I on right now? The Timberwolves. They're not thinking star player. The Timberwolves. Jaden McDaniels. He's probably not even the second star at this point. In my opinion, he is. But some people say Julius Randle, and I can agree with that. I can see that for sure. But Jaden McDaniels has been the sidekick to Anthony Edwards for a long time. You feel me? I'm not saying that he's better than Cat when Cat was on there, but I'm just saying they mesh so well as best friends. I thought about my Ace Bailey build, and I thought about that, and I was like, okay, that's a tall player. He can play every position. He can guard every position. I want to make that build again. So that's what we're doing here. Jay McDaniels build. So we're gonna make it Jay McDaniels right hand. I believe he's right handed, number 3. We're gonna make this at the small forward position. Now, real life, he is 6'9". He is 185, and I don't know how big his wingspan is. Pause. Um, I don't know. Let me look it up real quick. Um, his wingspan is, it says is at 7 feet. It looks bigger than that. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. I see one thing saying it's 7 foot, and I see another thing saying it's 7'3". But okay, okay. Well, I see 7 foot, and I see 7'3". So you know, just saying. So, but what we're going to be doing is, because the height is super tall, and he is a small forward build. There is some things. There is a gnat flying around my room. So if you hear some or me just like moving around crazy, it's because there's a gnat in my room. Um, for this build, to make it good, we're gonna go up on the weight because 185 is super, super skinny. Um, we're gonna go up to 210, and we're gonna go 7'2" wingspan. Um, this is a defensive build, first and foremost. Before anybody just comments, on this build, not making fun of the last guy who commented, this is defensive build. Just kind of know your role, play your game. You're gonna get a couple threes on this build. Your 3-point shots game, I think, either gonna be maxed out or damn near maxed out. You're gonna be good. All right. So this is the attributes. You feel me for this? So first things first, you want to go to this perimeter defense, and you want to damn near max it out. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Something is wrong. Oh, 6'8". You want to go 6'8". Then you want to go to 210. Then you want to go 7'2". Right? 7'1". I think you go 7'1". All right. So I'm tripping. I'm tripping off the rip. Say tripping. All right. So you want to make it 6'8". That's all I was saying. He's 6'9" in real life, but one more inch, you know, it's not the biggest thing in the world. But at the same time, it might be something that you want to look at and be like, ah, well, he's not this, he's not that. And I fully understand it. So 93 perimeter defense, challenger on gold. You would be able to get challenger on Hall of Fame. Don't really think you need it, in my opinion. We're gonna upgrade our agility to an 80, just so we can get on ball minutes. So we might upgrade that again later. Might touch up on it later. We're making sure we get all of our defensive badges here. All right. So now we're going to go over to strength, and we're going to go to immovable enforcer, and we're going to look as this goes up, as we're going to put this to an 85, right? 85 is max out strength. Vertical. I want a vertical to be pretty high. I think I end up putting it at an 80 if I'm not mistaken. And then speed, I think we put up to a 73, and then a 70 defensive rebound, and 50 offensive rebound. So the block, he's not really just averaging a big block, status out here, but we are going to give him a 78 just to hold down that rim. We are playing small forward. It would be something I like to, really just enforce here. And then I do want to give him a 82 just for post move lockdown. If you do end up playing the one score, you get down there in the post, will be something to look out at. Uh, 85 on the steal, giving you interceptor on gold. Now from this point, the rest is offensive based, and if you already see, what overall you are now, you will see you will not get too much more stuff here, too many more things. So his pass act isn't going to go that high. We're just going to literally go up to 78 here. Just get versatile visionary. Um, Allows high risk and creative passes alley-oops more successfully. If you do care about that, then there you go. Like I said, I do want to give you a good enough three to where you can set, wing, and pop. So we want to get set shot specialist on silver at least. Um, and I like to get shifty shooter on, but that's a lot of attributes. Honestly, I don't think that's going to be possible. So let's see, is there anything else that we can get? Are we able to get 83? We're not. So let's just leave this at 68, and we'll put that at 65. And then driving layup, we're going to put it at 75. Driving dunk, I believe his driving dunk is going to be a lot better than this, but we're going to put it at 80. And then his standing dunk, we're going to just put at a 50. We could put this down to a 45, I guess. I don't think you really get anything at a 50, but then, yeah, again, that only gives you 82. Do you get Anthony Edwards with 82? You might, you know, and then we'll just put on the extra +1 here. So this build, like I said, not going to be a offensive juggernaut. Okay, it's not going to be something that you're just gonna sit here, you're gonna look at and be like, yep, this is what I want on offense. So you get Gerald Wallace, OG Anunoby, and Jaden McDaniels, right? Jaden McDaniels and OG Anunoby, they play similar roles, except, I will say OG Anunoby does probably have. I mean, he's definitely stronger, but I think he has a probably a better role. Playing defense and also popping out for three. Um, a lot better than Jamie McDaniels stuff. I will say that. Free throw doesn't really matter, and then layup you don't get too much here. I like George Gervin. I know a lot of people like Julius Randle. Just put whatever you want on there. I'm not going to tell you what to make. You know, excuse me. And you do get Anthony Edwards with the 82, so maybe you do want that 82, and I'm not mad at it. Go and get that 82. And then go to shots. Be completely honest with this. I'm be the first person to tell you I don't know much at all about a go-to shot. I do know the dribble pull up. I do like getting Harrison Barnes, and you can't get Harrison Barnes here unless you get that 82. So, like I said, this isn't a shooting build. I guess we'll go pro 2. Spin jumpers, we'll go pro. Post fade, we'll go. I doubt we're going to be shooting anything else. And then motion style, um, we're 6'8". I think we're able to get Jalen Suggs, if I'm not mistaken. That is the best motion style in game. So I've heard. I've been saying this since the start of 2K. So if it is a little outdated, I apologize. Yeah, it's right here. If it is a little outdated and if somebody found a better one, I do apologize for that. Um, I do want to get Zach LaVine's step back because you're not really able to just you know you're not really able to just do every single thing on the court when it comes to offensive wise. So I do want you to have a good um dribble bag so you can get open for those shots. Dribble style, let's go Zion signature size up. I don't really know. I do like um whose do I like? I liked one was a Cade. I think it was Cade I liked, and then regular breakdown combo. I'm not, like I said, I'm not really the best dribbler. Aggressive breakdown combo. Let's get that Jordan tween. Love to see it. Matter of fact, I'm gonna let y'all watch it. I'm gonna let y'all watch it. That tween. That's just beautiful. That's just beautiful. Escape moves. I like using Paul George. Combo moves. I think KD is what I like. I like to combo out of this actually. And then crossover. I like Jordan's. I like how low or sometimes how low he gets. Um, and then behind the back, I like Paul George. It's pretty shifty. And then spins, of course, you have to use Penny Hardaway. I don't care what type of build you're on, you have to use Penny Hardaway. Let's go ahead and advance. Let's go to 5v5. We're not going to create a little dunk style for this. So Timberwolves are now facing OKC in the playoffs. So we're going to put this up against OKC, and we're going to get off the Timberwolves. We're going to get on the Timberwolves, I should say. Um, so yeah, it's going to put me at small forward, exactly what Jamie Daniels plays at on this team. I think Jamie Daniels is like an 83, 82, maybe even an 84 overall. So he's, you know, not as good as Rudy Gobert in the game, which I don't know. I think Rudy Gobert should be at, probably like an 80 overall, to be honest with you. Rudy Gobert. I think the overall system is very flawed. Um, because you could play with somebody that's, you know, like, like I'm trying to think of somebody in particular that I can just think of here. That you could play with on 2K, and it seems like they're a lot better. Like, I don't really know. Like, I was gonna go with something obvious, like, obvious overall, but it doesn't seem like that big of a difference. As that was a horrible shot, and somehow it still goes in. I think I'm on pro right now, so that's probably why it went in. I didn't even try to do that, honestly. I tried to dribble stick out, and so I was in the animation, just like, yeah, fucking. Um, okay, Chet Holmgren, right? He's like an 88 overall. Um, but Rudy Gobert is at 86 overall, I believe, in this game. And if you're telling me that Rudy Gobert, real life, or in 2K, is just two overalls worse than Chet Holmgren, you got to be smoking something, man. All right, like you know, it just doesn't make sense. Rudy Gobert doesn't have an offensive bag at all. I've seen him. You're a big man. You're supposed to get rebounds, and like I understand they can't really do nothing too crazy in game, but I've seen him just miss rebounds altogether. Like, what I'm saying? He'll literally try to grab a rebound, and the ball will just slip through his fingers on some real shit. So I don't even know how to really just you know how that can translate in game, because a lot of people are gonna start using Rudy Gobert during my team, or maybe my NBA online, or whatever it's called, or Play Now Online, whatever it is. That should be good. Yep. And they're gonna be like, well, damn, I can't even play with the Timberwolves because Rudy Gobert some shit. I'm not, no offense to Rudy Gobert, I just think his overall should be lower. 82 overall, granted, I think is really good for Rudy. I think it should be nothing less. I think I just got that block. I see I'm clapping, so I'm pretty sure, yeah, I got that block. Um, 78 block. I think High Find and I are on silver. So that's something good to look out for. I will say this: how are y'all? You know, how are y'all doing? Like on some real stuff. Like how y'all feeling about this season? Like it's towards the end of the year. I think we only got one more season left. Uh, maybe they'll give us till season 9, like they did a couple years back. But like it's end of the year. A lot of people start to get bored and they just stop playing the game. And some people ramp up the game because playoffs. Some people will start like me. I'll start, I play my career nonstop during the beginning of the year. Then towards the end of the year, when they come out with some better cards, I'll play my team. That's something that y'all do. That's cool. Speaking of my team, I might do a my team video because I do indeed. So in my opinion, I do indeed have a squad. Uh, you know, and pretty cheap squad. I've had this squad for a while. Like I haven't really played 2K that much. When I'm making a video on builds, I will just play it, put the game down. I will test out some stuff beforehand, but other than that, I don't really, do too much when it comes to that aspect. I'm trying to get in this lane. I want to get a steal. I got an 85 steal. I want to put it to use. That was a good defense. See if they can throw it down here. J-Dub's just too fast. Pump fake. He should have jumped. Like, on some real rap. You feel me? That's what I'm just saying. Like, you're just telling me that Chet Holmgren's over only 2 overall is better than like okay, Isaiah Hartenstein's like an 84. if you're telling me that Isaiah Hartenstein and Rudy Gobert don't have damn near the same exact role on the team, like it might have a different role, but their placement on the team as, you know, I'm not even gonna say that because J Dub is second best player, then Chet, then probably Lou Dort, Alex Caruso, then you probably go Isaiah Hartenstein. Rudy Gobert is probably like third or fourth best player on the team on some stuff, you know. Um, 'Cause I just stopped that. That's why I like having high strength, especially on some taller builds. Also, Jay McDaniels looks better with braids, right? You know, me personally, I think he looks like a little ass kid with his hair chopped. Keep it a buck 50. But with the braids and stuff, that's tough. As I have no offensive bag. Just stop and pop right there. Mike Green and I do. That did feel pretty good. But yeah, if y'all see, I am getting a lot more engagement with the comments as I'm, just talking and bullshitting, so I don't really care about, letting that pass go. As I'm getting a lot more engagement with my videos, which no doubt I love, you feel me? And now that I finally downloaded the YouTube Analytics app because I finally got my old hold up, finally got my old Gmail back. So I'm finally able to, you know, get up and make videos for y'all, which I love again. Um, but now that I got the YouTube analytics on my phone, I can kind of see, I get notified about comments, I get notified about all the interactions on when it comes to this channel. And I 100% do love the interactions I'm getting lately for sure. But if y'all have any videos or anybody that you want me to make a build out of, um, like I said recently, I want to make like a Rajon Rondo or maybe even an Isaiah Thomas. I'm a big fan of IT. You know, the second IT, the Celtics IT, not the Pistons IT. You know, but I just saying, one of those, players or even a DeMarcus Cousins, just something like that. If y'all want to see a build like that, that's something that I'm fully interested in. I already kind of had some set plans on that DeMarcus Cousins build. I don't really have a set plan on the Rajon or IT. But if y'all do like this build, like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what build y'all want to see next. I'm up for taking suggestions. Every suggestion I see in my comments, for now at least, I will put that to the test and I will make a build out of it so I can, you know, put on, the best builds that you want for sure. I'm gonna try to see if I can get 2K26 on time. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully we can continue this trend and continue this momentum all the way up until uh, next year's 2K as well. So all like I said, if y'all like the build, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what y'all want to see next, and I'm out. Peace.